want you back. And then we got heartbreak. Somebody can be heartbroken over you. Look, can't make this shit up. It's back at the bottom of the deck. Somebody can want you back. They heartbroken. They in massive regret. Whatever the fuck they did, they in regret, maybe. What we got for the next 70? Look, I miss you when I split the fucking deck. Somebody missing you. It should be sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Take what resonates with you. What doesn't? Holy Spirit, what we got for Pisces? We got sweet talk. So this is the person that was just telling you sweet nothings. Yep, you could be a divine feminine. Or this can be a feminine energy. Because it's no gender. This person that could have been hating on your power, your lights, your spirituality. Yep, all they was doing was wasting time. You feel like you wasted time on them, it was no change. It's like you waited around for them to change or for them to get the picture. They never got the picture though. They could be clout chasing, like they clout hungry, do anything for clout type of energy. Yeah, they want to be just like you. Stealing your ideas, copying you. It's like they was a duplicate of you. Moral of the story, they was feeding off your energy though. Damn, y'all seen that. Look, obsessive lover. So this obsessive lover was very toxic, unhealthy for you. Very karmic, dangerous. They always sweet talk to you, telling you sweet nothings, future faking and shit like that. They hit on your lights. Look, we got options at the bottom. So they could have been cheating on you. They just wanted to keep their options open. They could have been sending you spiritual warfare. Sending you spiritual attacks. Somebody can have an STD. Somebody could just be something to do. They can sleep around. Like I said, they had options. And you showed their ass the door. You weren't finna wait around for nobody. You weren't finna beg them to be around either. You know what self-love is. I know the fuck that's right. Yeah, you know they wasn't shit. You were just tolerating them. Not because you had to, because you wanted to. Clock it. We got two-faced. So you knew they was two-faced. You could have knew they were jealous or you could have sensed it. You just wanted clarification. You knew they was fake though. They be gossiping. Yeah, childhood wounds. This could have happened in their household. All they do is gossip about each other, talk about each other, or, sexual abuse, physical abuse. They could have had toxic parents or shit like that. They could have got bullied growing up. We got romance. What's at the bottom? Yep, this person not happy. They could be sleeping around because they not happy. And due to them sleeping around, they could have caused something. Look, fake busy. They could have been telling you they was busy and shit whole time they was sleeping around. I guess that's their way of coping with what they got going on. That's their way of coping with not healing their childhood wounds or whatever. It's nasty. Yeah, we got no strings. So they don't be wanting no strings. They'll tell you quick, like, I don't want a relationship. I'm just trying to, woo-de-woo. Who just like my life and unliked it? Yeah, they karmic. So they got plenty karmic soul ties. Hey, boo. Yep. They tried to break you because you're very confident. This person not confident. It's something they went through in their childhood, whether they was sexual abuse, physical abuse, toxic parents, abandonment issues, codependent issues. They see that you're very confident and that scared them. We got secret accounts. Somebody's name could be Jeremiah. We got child services. Yeah, they could have definitely got neglected when they was a child or something with abuse. That caused them to be shady and with their backstabber energy. We got cope. They trying to cope with the feelings of losing you. Somebody can pop rollers, beans and shit like that. Yeah, you close out this tough cycle. You close it out. It could have been hard at first because you really fuck with this person. You really love this person. But they didn't want to get right. Now they want to come back around. Look, I can't make this shit up. Look at that shit. Karmic cycle. Reconcile when I split the deck. Man, you done with this person. Same shit, different day. I can't make this shit up. Look, too late at the bottom. It's too late for their ass to come back around. It's too late. Look, marrying for money. This person probably ain't got no coin. Nothing to their name. Nothing. They ain't threatened by your energy. I literally said they was a spiritual hate. They hated on your gifts, your power, all of that. They threatened by you, baby. They very much about. That's nothing but the motherfucking truth. That's the 411. That's the anthem. Not you turned off the TV. We got karma. 3 on the timer. Your ancestors all through this message. Didn't I say they wanted you back when I split the fucking deck? If y'all probably weren't here when I first started the video. I literally said, want you back. They want you back so bad. Sucks to be you. This person was full of ego. They want to spin a box so fucking bad. They definitely spying on you. Look, reconcile came out again. They want to reconcile so bad. Real bad. You don't want this person though. Nope. They was giving you mixed signals in the past. It's like love-hate situation, which makes sense because they hate on your gifts. They hate on your power, your light. Now they crying over you. They could be crying in the shower. Yeah, too late again. Can't make this shit up. They definitely crying over you. Look, we got dirty offer crying over you, getting evidence. They want to get evidence on you so bad. But I'm saying, though, even if they did have evidence on you, what about it? What about it? They tried to act like you was a rebounder. You were just a sex fix. What about it? Look at the bottom of the deck. Y'all could have sensed this about somebody. Ian ain't got no coin. Let me show y'all. Because it's popping out. Ian ain't got no coin. They ain't got no coin. Y'all could have sensed all that about somebody. You was well enough, right on track. So if you sensed it, that's what it is, baby. This your confirmation. Yeah, we got popped a question in reverse. Yeah, you don't want them as in a relationship. You can be ignoring them. They ain't massive regret about it, too. Look, they tried to use you as a sex fix because they got a fucking sex addiction. So they could act like all they wanted was sex whole time. They fell for you whole time. The player didn't feel in love. The player want to throw up their jersey. Yep, but all they caused was drama and chaos in your life. Endings and shit like that. A person that they ain't got shit to help you lose everything. I know that by experience. We got love triangle. They could have put you in plenty third parties. Like I said, remember I said they had options. Look, work affair. Damn, they sleep around everywhere, don't it? But it makes sense though. They got bad habits. They toxic. They codependent. They don't love themselves. They lack self-awareness, self-love. You block they sex addiction and they toxic lifestyle having ass. You block their ass out. I know the fuck that's right. You can have a new boo. We're about to. Clock it if you're gonna clock it. You feel what I'm saying? I know the fuck that's right. Look, too late keep coming out here. So I don't know if y'all told they ass like it's too late, I'm good, or shit, you just move forward. You can have a new boo. They fucked up on you though. They fucked up. You could have gained some inner strength. You could have been brave to walk away from this. Like this is the person that you really had fuck with. Yeah, we got a family. You could have a family with this person. But this person clearly lived double lives, so they can have a family somewhere. For some of y'all, a person was married trying to fuck with y'all. This masculine, you could be a masculine or it's a masculine out here that you was dealing with. Hell no. Didn't I say they grew up like this? That's what caused their backstabbing energy. Their abandonment issues, they neglect, child neglect, shit like that caused them to love bomb. Yep, but they was into you the whole time. They just couldn't show it because they didn't know how to show it. You thought y'all was vibing the whole time. They was avoidant. They was trying to run away. They was ghosting you. Shit like that. Karmic lesson. This was a lesson. Yep. This was actually a lesson for the both of y'all. They grew up like this. They met you to get out this energy, but they never got out the energy because they never healed. You healed. So you learned your lessons. Look, wish. Now they wishing to come back around. Can't make this shit up. True colors. Their true colors have been exposed. Yes, they have. Then I say this is the toxic karmic cycle. Round and round. You learned your lesson. You had lessons to learn and you learned it. This is a live in the moment type of person. They love to sleep around. Jezebel energy. Yep. Look at the bottom. Let me show y'all. Dodge the major bullet. Can't make this shit up. Look, my way. So is they way or the highway type of energy. If you ain't doing what they want you to do, they don't want you around. If you ain't moving how they want you to move, they don't want you around. They very stubborn. They very arrogant. Like I said, they pride and ego is out of this fucking world. Very much selfish. They are selfish energy. They want you to do what they want you to do. That's why the fuck you rejected their clown ass. Because they got hella secrets. And they always creeping, watching you, stalking you, want to see what you doing. But you don't know exactly what they got going on. This is a person that say they love you but show the opposite. Like you can't say you love me and you don't show it. Look, ghosted. They was ghosting you in the past. You could have ghosted the whole situation, detached from the whole situation. Yep, now they shattered. Now they broken. Yep. Now these some pieces that you can't put back together, baby. You might as well just move on with their cycle. They don't want to let go. They want to hold on to you. They gotta have it. Face ass. This a crazy ex. I'm talking about crazy. Obsessed as fuck. All they see is red and white. Hell no. All they see is red and white. Like, somebody name could be Khalil or something like that. This person unhinged. They under pressure about you. Yeah, but they ain't want to make no decision in the past. And you ain't want to keep holding on to some shit that kept hurting you. Why the fuck should you? So you let it go. Their time has ran out. They can be in and out of jail. They can be significant. Yeah, they was hating on your happiness the whole time. Yeah, you know they weren't healed. How the fuck you want to be with me and hate on me? Look, reckless sex. Before I split the dick. Can't make this shit up. This person sleep around. That's how they cope with what they going through. Because they ain't healed shit. Too late again out here. Clock it. And while they too late, you aren't interested. They finna try to find some way to swivel back in your energy, your life. It ain't gonna work. Look, dodge a major bullet again. Holy Spirit, give me 3 more. If you turn your back on that clown ass, they jackass. They gonna try to come through with a side story, a side story. You know, you gonna get their ass to side. Like, bitches, you cool. Look, it ain't gonna be no facts. They're just gonna be making shit up. And once you reject them, they gonna be talking shit. Look at new boo popped out too. Oop, some of y'all got a new boo on their ass. I know that's right. Some of y'all got a new boo on their ass. Clock it. Look, shocking news at the bottom. That's gonna be the shocking news when they find out that you really gone and you really loving on somebody else, or somebody really loving on you, or you just loving on self. They weren't expecting this. 144 on the motherfucking timer. They weren't expecting this chosen shit. Yep. Now they got love on the brain and then caught some shit. What the fuck you want to do with them? Why would I want you after you all washed up? Make it make sense. It don't. Yeah, you know they wolves in sheep clothing. More of the fucking story. You know that. Psycho. I can't make this show. This person is crazy. Your ass said goodbye. Yep, that's your justice. Cutting their ass off and moving forward and doing what you need to do with your life. Look at funeral out here. You put an ending to this shit, now they crying. Singing in the shower. They hunted by whatever the fuck they did to you. Hey, boo. Make sure I double tap their live. Hit the like button. They getting bad news after bad news. Yep, shady ass. Trying to run away from their motherfucking karma. So fuck, but you know they play it out. That's why they feeling like what? Feeling like shit. Quit playing. They play with the wrong one. Yeah, we got this fairy tale. Like I said, they future fake sold you a dream. Fuck, who the fuck they was feeling like? That's what I want to know. They could even try to trap you. Because they knew you was a good woman. They knew you was a good person, period. Whether you a man or woman, they knew you was a good person. So they want to trap you. They know you got a great inheritance and shit like that. They want to trap you down, baby. It's something about these 155, 144, 133. It's something about them numbers. Yep, running again out here. I can't make this shit up. Look, running right here. I just said that. They trying to run away from their karma. Your ass trying to run away from them. Box. Bird box. That's what the fuck their name is. Yeah, but they very much hooked. And like I said, they're going to try to force themselves back into your energy. It's not going to work. Probably got to get the law involved in all for this crazy motherfucker. Literally. Look, love message. I'm already knowing. Shit, run the other motherfucking way. Yeah, but they cock blocking. They want to know what's going on in your life. They want to spin the block so fucking bad. And they ain't got no coins. No coins. That's what you get for fucking over a good person. Whether you a woman or a male, it don't matter. The motherfucker fucked you over. Several times. I'm not getting just one time. You try to get a ass chance after motherfucking chance, baby. Make sure I double tap that live. It's well appreciated. So it can get out to other people as well. Share the live, all that good shit. You get what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do is double tap the screen, baby. All that sweet talking got their ass nowhere. Now they looking stupid. Hell no. Yep. But meet me on Cancer. You just left, period.